China wins.
Hey, y'all, welcome to a special edition of the Thirsty Nerds podcast. This is another one of our Thirst Quenchers. We are joined by our special guest today. Please introduce yourself.
I am the shit, Mr. Nerd Mix Alpha himself, Indy Uchiha. Here to this is gonna be damn fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
What are we talking about tonight, guys?
right now, we are going to talk about
The greatest. The latest.
The funkiest
We've come so far.
of the bunchiest.
Yeah, we've gone back even further than we started. We're
When did
talking.
we start?
We started in 1997.
95.
95.
95, buddy.
4 years old.
Wow.
You don't remember going to the theater to see that shit?
I saw it at home. But,
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, no,
I'm old.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw it on cable too.
There
I
are
was
a
in
few
Mexico.
memories that I have.
I was in the
I saw it on
fucking.
cable.
I was in the 7th grade.
yeah, I was.
Seventh grade. Damn.
I know it's.
Do you not age? Do you not age? When are you going to age?
Ageless combat.
Black don't crack, baby.
So,
I noticed. Oh.
we're gonna go ahead and get started. What did you guys, without any spoilers, we're gonna go out and say, how did you guys feel about the movie? I'll start with what.
I was going to say, are we starting with, we're going straight from the beginning and then we're moving
Oh no, you don't have to.
We want to grade it. Want to grade it first and like then give like a
This is
defense for it.
this is like a summary
Yeah.
thing. Just
Yeah,
tell
we
me
just gotta-
overall how
yeah.
you felt about the movie first. Then we'll start to move into
Spoiler
spoiler
territory.
and plot territory.
Okay.
So, Chris, you go ahead and go first since you.
Want to be the leader of the class?
Yeah,
No. Which one are we talking about?
the new.
No. We're
Oh, the new
about
one.
the new one.
Okay.
We should prefix it by saying that we are going to.
Spoil the shit out of this.
Well, no. We watched the other three.
We
all the three
marathoned
movies.
Yeah, we
the
watched-
trilogy. The
yes.
trilogy that is the Mortal Kombat experience.
Yes, sir.
That's so we can be more prepared because that's why I was a little confused. I'm like, wait a second, which one are we talking about?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we had all our source material in line, and just in case they bring back anything or whatever.
Yeah.
Not that they would, but we wanted to do it anyway just to preempt ourselves.
Okay.
So, having said that, how did you feel about this movie?
I honestly like, especially after watching the only other two movies there were, my expectation weren't really high. So when I came in this and I started seeing blood and action and it kind of checked all the not all the boxes, but most of the boxes for me. Yeah, but the story is really fucking dumb, but I didn't care because
That's not what we signed up for.
exactly fight. Combat.
so.
I mean, look. So I leave my expectations for certain films high and others low. This one, I'm like, I just want to have fun, and I had fun. So
I wouldn't talk about story coming from a fucking Fast and the Furious stand.
I know.
Fast and the Furious has a better story than this movie.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Is
but-
that
Sadly.
hey,
yeah.
hey.
not saying much?
Let's get back on task. But
Okay.
Justice for Han. All right, go.
So what you think about it, Eddie?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. After Wonder Woman, after Mortal Kombat, I am canceling my HBO Max subscription because
But what about Justice League? Aren't you restored? Isn't your faith restored?
my faith could be restored on a fire stick. I'm not paying for this shit anymore. like dead ass. After what I pay in 3 months for Disney Plus, I get way more from that than what I paid in 1 month for HBO Max.
And honestly, I agree with you. Especially
Nah,
the
he's
fact
got
that-
kids.
Okay, I just have one little comment and complaint about the fucking app. It barely works.
We're gonna just take off the thing. You should. Y'all just hold it.
Take off
by
the
Y'all
balls.
gotta
Off
talk
the thing.
pass.
But I need,
talk
hold on,
pass.
I need them so I can just still fondle. That's my problem. I like to. Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. Finding them. I'll find you.
Nah, the movie for me. See, y'all cheated. Y'all cheated because you watched Mortal Kombat and then y'all watched Annihilation before you watched this. So the bar was already set low for you.
If you think
didn't
for
come in
1
fresh.
second after watching Mortal Kombat Annihilation, my bar was set low,
Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a fantastic movie. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I
is a
came off that
fantastic movie.
high as shit. I love that movie.
I did something totally. I did something totally opposite. I watched the only Mortal Kombat movie that mattered before I watched this, and that was Scorpion's Revenge.
Annihilation.
Scorpion's Revenge. Oh, the animated one.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
the only one that mattered.
I'm straight.
Cartoons.
I get.
That's what they sound like. That's what they sound like.
Yeah, I gave this movie, honestly, when you compare it to its predecessors, and that's the only thing you compare it up against is movies that were like it. I gave it a low C. I didn't kill it. I understood what they were trying to do, but it was still fucking trash.
Oh, yeah,
it was just entertaining trash.
Yeah.
What more could it be?
Absolutely agree.
Exactly. I think that was.
Yeah, I think you asked for too much.
What you think?
You should know what it was. You know what it is. It's a fighting game movie. Mm-hmm. The fighting game movie stories aren't that great to begin with.
Fighting game stories aren't that great to begin with.
The story,
Exactly.
The Mortal Kombat lore is amazing. The story behind Mortal Kombat.
You sound like a Blaze Blue player.
Huh?
You sound like a Blaze Blue player.
You sound like a Blaze Blue player.
I sound like a Mortal Kombat player. Don't ask me for Mortal Kombat 11. 10 and 11 stories.
Look.
9 and 10 was great. 11.
In general, like there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do in the games that they could not fit in a 2-hour film.
No, it's not that 12
Hour and a half.
It's no. They look. I say this because with a game, you're able to do a lot, and to cut it down. Hell, they weren't even in a tournament. All right, they were basically.
Yeah, this was like a pre-tournament.
They couldn't do the tournament part.
These are street fights.
It was a whole bunch of street fights. Yeah,
They couldn't afford the tournament. Let's cut them some slack because they only had a $50 million budget.
I don't care.
Guys, we're gonna get to the spoiler and the plot later. Just tell me how you felt about the movie.
Heido's trying.
Damn.
Yeah, the movie was okay.
Yeah.
The fightings was amazing, and I said it, and I called it from the beginning.
Yeah.
The first scene was the best scene in the entire movie.
You
I was
brought a
like,
curse down on us.
as soon as I saw that fight finish, I was like, this was the best part of the fucking whole movie.
Man,
There's
the
nothing
movie
but
started so
downhill
good.
from now.
The movie started so
Because
good.
Boone only cares about one character.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not. We saw Behind in this movie.
Well,
Holy shit.
Scorpion had to have a good adversary. It couldn't just be. He just couldn't just dog walk
Yeah,
everybody.
a good adversary, not a better one.
Not a fucking
Well,
monster.
Behind is the shit. Behind did what Behind was supposed to do: annihilate his fucking clan.
Look.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
Fire.
that.
Behind
We'll get
is
to that.
fire.
We'll get to that. You know, the summary of the movie: action good, cold bad.
Action good,
Yeah.
cold bad.
No.
I would love to.
If he
I would
would
love
get
to.
off of that movie, just not be there.
I get what it is. I get what it is.
Forever.
That's all it was. It was Bronze Tiger.
They gave my man actual plot armor.
Literal
for power.
plot
Actual
armor.
plot
All
armor
he
was his
needed
power.
was a commie house emblem.
You know, just go ahead, go off, King. I'm glad you stole that. I'm glad you said it before I did. Cool.
Yeah. How's it feel, nigga?
Damn.
Not great.
Somebody was writing. Somebody was writing that script and went, you know what? Fuck these fans. This shit is gonna be hilarious.
Well, I'm not even mad that they did this. You know, this weird new character in there. I'm not even mad about it. It's just he wasn't good.
It's not a weird new.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
He was. The character is good. The basis of the character is good. What they wanted to do was good. The way they wrote him was trash.
Which makes him not good.
So like that's
basically everyone has kind of the potential to be a good character, but if you're not written good,
No, that's
if you're
not true. That's not true.
That's not true. Not everybody's got the potential to be a good character.
Look. I mean the fact that if you write a good character be good. Your character can be like base be good, but if he's written bad, he's bad. You can't. He's still in the same situation, just being bad.
Yeah,
but he has potential or not. That's just lost potential. That's even worse.
What they gave us in the movie, he didn't have potential to be a good character. He was too bland, too generic.
Yeah.
Blame that on the actor. I've seen greater actors work with less.
I thought the movie was just okay. Like, if I really no. All right.
You loved it.
I thought this movie
The parts he was awake for.
some real. I was awake for most of it. Fuck you. Okay? So 2 times. All right. All right.
Two? You only counted 2?
I only counted 2. And you only counted 2. No one else in this room can deny it.
When like someone punched Kano and I
So-
heard snoring
I
noises.
walked in and Luke Kane had his cock hard.
And he was asleep.
I mean, so I thought the movie was just fine. There was a lot that could help. There was a lot of potential swelling in this movie, in a couple of characters in particular. Well, really 1 or 2. The deliveries and the performances were they're okay. Everyone had powers. That's new, and I thought
Ooh,
It was different.
Arcana, yeah. Arcana.
And,
Yeah.
The power,
magic.
power system. Yeah.
We'll get this magical new power system along with this new character that they came up with. So
They were all mutants.
I wasn't a huge fan of
They all got Power Ranger powers.
they really did. I should have got suits too as well.
Leftover Power Ranger footage.
They
just put it out.
So I thought the movie was just we'll get more into it now since we've all kind of been doing it since we started.
That's what we do.
Let's try to start from like the beginning and work our way up.
All right.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get lost along the way,
we're
but
gonna
we
go-
can at least have the A for effort, you know?
All right, either way, make sure you go see that movie. It's at least it's a good hour and what is it, hour and a half?
About an hour and a half long.
And if you have HBO Max, it's free on there until like.
Trust me, because even if you think you don't have the time, you blink and it goes by. I know I did.
I know you're like I'm finally starting to get rubbed up.
I
Like,
almost
it's
kind of
over.
liked it, and I was like, oh shit, it's done. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Go see the movie so that way they can have a budget to actually make a movie.
Go to the theaters.
That's the thing. You can do it off the HBO Max too, but subscribe. Don't do the free trial. Actually subscribe to HBO Max. Watch the movie so they can get a budget.
They gotta earn that month,
All the
bucko.
movies that came out, they gave Wonder Woman all that fucking money that they could have gave to Mortal Kombat.
I got what I wanted. I got what I wanted. In
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat.
this is a good.
She jacked me off behind the RBs, and that's it. We're good.
And you know what? I didn't pull away.
I'm only gonna say one more thing before y'all get into this, dog. And this is the most disappointing thing for me in the movie because white women matter, and they acted like they didn't care.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how to take that
I
statement.
don't know what that means.
To be fair, to be fair, I don't know what he's talking about, but that's over. That's canceled.
We will come back to that.
canceled.
We will
Andy
come
does
back
not
to that.
represent us. We do not.
we are definitely pulled.
Disclaimer.
We are definitely pulled.
Disclaimer. We
Watch the movie and understand.
As you were saying, Jamal, please.
As I said, Braun Steiger earlier.
No, yeah.
So this movie opens with soon-to-be man with the iron fist, training and kind of learning that he's not really that great of a fighter, which he in.
You're forgetting
you forgot the best part of the whole movie.
Don't worry,
movie.
That's how it starts.
I'm gonna go back.
It starts with the best part of the fucking movie.
I'm gonna go back. Like
I said, A for effort.
But before we get to Cole and his boring story of becoming an absolute side character, we gonna rewind the clock to the first 20 minutes and honestly the most A for effort part of the film, where we get to see a sort of an origin of
Hanzo
the
Hasashi.
ending or the culmination of the rivalry between a clan from China and one from Japan. So he rolls up to their joint. They're like getting water and shit, and it looks very somber and nice. And
He told her he loved her so
you know,
much.
He loved her so much.
No, I feel
How
like he
they're
was just
dirty
telling her that
handed.
you're doing a good job being a wife.
You
Like,
know-
he was like,
That's exactly what it said.
yeah, he was like,
Thank you for being obedient.
good job.
I'm not gonna force you to go get water. I'll go get it for you. This
Exactly.
time.
I got this time. I got you this time.
The
Even
one
though-
time.
Even
The
though
one time.
he's like, even though in every other situation that would be you going to get it with no shoes, but
Because you need to be humble.
because you need to be humble. So as everything's looking like a nice normal day in the life of people who don't know how they make money, but they pull water around and have armed guards, they were chilling at their house.
They were just
Okay.
Jesus. All right, we can cut that.
Yeah, we got it.
They were chilling at they were chilling at their house, and then speaking of chilling, an evil force shows up, Bihan, and he's wrecking house. He's killing the family. Then we erupt into a fight scene with Scorpion. What did you guys think about that part? I personally thought that fight
Wasn't
was
Scorpion.
That was
That was
Scorpion.
Hanzo at the time.
whatever. So,
He declared himself Scorpion later on in the movie.
This is true. The
Hanzo
fight,
came in the scene.
if we look at the credits,
Hanzo couldn't be Bihan. Hanzo had to go become Scorpion.
It's like Finn Balor.
Behind became Sub-Zero after the fact when he
Yeah.
had his whole his cosplay.
So right now it
fair
wasn't
enough.
even a content.
But either way,
Whatever
the
nerds-
scene, it was good. It was a nice little introduction to lead us into what we're going to be seeing, what we hoped we were going to be seeing anyway. And it was nice that Sub-Zero Bihan came into the scene and dropped the entire temperature around them to the point that it was like snowing.
Super dope.
It was so clean and Go ahead.
No, it's like again, like as he showed up and everything, he really steals. Just to say, like he steals the show.
Attention.
Exactly. Every time he shows on screen, he's just. I mean, granted, after a while, like he at first I was like, he's great, he's cool, but then eventually, you know, especially we start looking at his outfit a little bit more, it started to degrade a little. It was like, wait a second, this is kind of funky. But I'm sorry about the fight. The fight was great. Yeah, that's pretty much like it was great. It was bloody. His family died, which I appreciate, and because they weren't doing anything to begin with.
It's funny how his family died.
He said, his family died. I appreciate it.
I mean, but okay, I hate the fact I didn't care. They wanted me to care, but I didn't give a fuck about them. But I'm sorry, what are you gonna say?
How did you not give a fuck? Well, I kind of want to.
How about who?
I know. The family was the one thing I cared about
Fuck them
the
kids.
most. Like,
Fuck those.
no, his son was a soldier. His son was gonna fight to defend his mom.
Apparently Hanzo didn't teach his son shit because he literally just put a hand up to Bihan, like, I'm gonna do something. What are you gonna do? I thought he was actually. Honestly, I thought the twist was that his son was Sub-Zero. I thought he did the ice thing on Sub-Zero's hand. But it's actually, I know that now. It was like I didn't know what he was trying to do.
Behind a piece of shit.
You were reaching. You were
An
trying to
effective
create a good script out of something that wasn't going to be.
As a filmmaker,
But-
I tried to do that. You know?
No, but my thing was, they humanized Hanzo in a way that we normally don't get in the games, and I guess we always get the story about what he went through.
Well, it's more of a current thing that he was the victim of circumstances when Mortal Kombat 9 happened. When he went to.
It's always been a story for Ed Boon with that, even with the comics and stuff that was coming on. That's what he wanted it to be, but you always got him as the badass that was going to do something. So it was the humanizing of him for people that don't know, who don't play the games, right? Which
I agree. They
the
turned
people
him
who
into
don't play
a-
the games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You understood in the fact, like, okay, this guy is the good guy, and then to watch him literally get his ass beat to death.
It was fun.
Gloriously, by the way.
Gloriously,
Gloriously.
beautifully.
Yeah, the same exact way that fucking Godzilla beat down Kong is what Behind.
Hold your
bringing it home for us.
Hey, God damn it! Hey,
Quiet monkey lover.
If you've been watching us or listening to it for a while, we're not going to review Kong versus Godzilla because it doesn't matter because it's.
You already know what the fuck it
You already know
was.
what it is.
One right now, all right?
We're-
It's 1-1.
It's 1-1.
I don't care how big your fists
1-1
are.
what?
Oh, yeah.
It's 1-1.
hey, reel it in.
I mean, all
2-1.
movies, yeah. Okay, I guess.
Listen.
Maybe we'll
the
have a
fight was okay. I do love how his garden shears.
We're talking about Mortal Kombat, by the way, not
Yes,
Kong.
I've moved us back to
Well,
Mortal
Kong
Kombat.
also did have garden shears.
He did have garden shears.
Yeah.
But I love how Hanzo's garden shears were. Oh, look, I'm not going to do this a whole pod. I love how Scorpion's shears were sharper than all of his weapons, and they were 10 times more effective. I don't know why he didn't use those.
because they had tetanus and salmonella and all kinds of dirt. Yeah, power of dirt. Infection. Back then, forget about it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
If he sliced his finger and he got an infection, he's dead.
You get a splinter, you're done.
Pretty much.
It's
Forget
over
about
for
it.
you.
Can't pour enough water on that.
Forget
So,
about
yeah, fast forward again back to Cole's Man on the Iron Fist, boring MMA fight. And then I guess his daughter, he's not that great of a guy, and then out of nowhere, Jax shows up to look for him, and we find out that he has a birthmark and he's kind of slotted.
Special.
Yeah, he's special somehow.
And this guy's such an Einstein. He sees another guy with an identical birthmark and says, "Huh, you're full of shit."
Yeah, that's impossible. How could you possibly have the same thing as me? I don't understand.
I
So
don't believe anything. But what you're gonna say, Indy?
I was gonna say, and this is maybe I watched it a little bit different than you guys did, but when I saw the girl, I went, "Is that his daughter? Is that his daughter, or is that just the daughter of the woman that he
We
with?"
don't know.
the movie didn't make it.
You know what?
clear.
It doesn't really
doesn't
matter.
matter.
It doesn't matter. She's a device to be used to motivate the father.
As a spoiler though,
She
they
didn't
should
motivate
either way.
very well.
They should either way they should be dead, but they're not, and I don't
Yeah.
like the fact that they're not
No,
dead.
but
They're
what-
just
what
as
you
eventful
said-
as their dad.
What you said about Jax is funny to me because of what happens to him later. You know what I'm saying, later. And I feel like that was a foreshadowing to Jax. Like, it felt like if you talk shit in this movie,
By
were gonna
later,
get
you mean
fucked
like
up.
literally 10 minutes later?
Yeah, you were going to get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty interesting to me that the ones that didn't talk shit were the ones who didn't get their ass beat.
Yeah, that's true. I thought, where are we?
We are right before when Bihan made his second commanding appearance.
Right, and I'm not gonna lie, when shit moved, it moved kind of fast to the point where it's like people are literally just showing up to do X, Y, Z. So Bihan shows up, God damn it. Sub-Zero shows up for the second time.
He's Sub-Zero now.
And
I'm still gonna be behind.
yeah, go ahead. But
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
I just don't
Get on with it.
Normies don't care. They're gonna call him Sub-Zero because that's what they know.
Just do it.
They're probably honestly gonna call him Behind.
Okay, so
So they can feel like they know something.
They're not.
Sub-Zero shows up for the second time, and he's picking up ice. He's bringing smoke in. He's dragging it back out. He's picking up ice and making it rain down on
Made it
cars.
look cool
and
as fuck.
smashing people.
Yeah.
He looks really.
He was crushing fucking skulls. That
That
shit was
poor
great.
one guy.
man. Hey, Carl shouldn't have been out in the goddamn street.
I like the fact
So-
that he looked and acted as powerful as someone with his abilities seems like he should be.
Yeah.
You know, like before when fucking Scorpion's in a movie and everything, he shoots ice one time and then he'll continue to just like fight like with his hands. Like, why aren't you just
Freezing
using ice?
everything.
Yeah.
One thing I saw earlier in the movie, which I hope was done purposely, that when he was freezing against Scorpion, you can kind of tell like blood vessels were bursting in his arm when they're
Yeah.
coming out of ice.
Yeah.
That showed like lack of skill, and then later on, he's just lifting up fucking moisture out of the air, just crushing people to death. I don't know if that was. I don't think it was coincidental.
I am gonna.
It's
just
too good.
hope-
It's too good of a like, callback for such a shitty movie.
It
Right.
is. It was beautiful.
I'm gonna hope it's intentional, but we
I
probably
pray.
know better.
I mean, like
Yeah.
We'll
things
all be willing
things
to
get
give him the
lost,
points for that.
You know, it could have been part of a better script.
I
maybe.
really feel like there's a director's cut in this movie.
Probably.
I don't wanna see it.
Jesus
always,
Christ, no
There's
more.
always
No.
a director's
No
cut of
more.
a
Damn
film.
it.
This is the
I
2021.
feel like there's like 2 hours of footage that wasn't used for this movie.
I didn't really want to see a 4-hour Snyder cut. I don't want to see a 4-hour Godzilla cut, and I don't want to see a 3-hour version of this either.
No.
I don't want to see a full 2-hour version of this. So this was
Hey,
tough.
chill out.
And
Okay, but
okay,
Yeah.
it was okay. So we get now to the part where Bihan shows up. He's kicking ass.
Yeah.
For some reason,
you skipped over the most important fucking part.
which was that?
What?
You skipped over the most important part.
Which would
What?
Would be
Jack showing up and saving the day.
Oh,
no Jack showing up and telling him where to go find Sonya.
Come to the G. Bring your ass to the G.
Cole, you gotta go to Gary, Indiana. Gary don't look like that.
it's a lot cleaner.
Way nicer.
Looks a little.
Blacko thought they weren't gonna get rid of us. They really thought they weren't gonna get rid of
my
us.
God.
No, you are Gary, Indiana, Blacko.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Jax shows up. And after
He loses
killing
his
her,
arms.
He gets his fucking after getting his ass kicked all over the
Handed
place.
to him.
Behind third screen commanding appearance. Oh, it was
Kicked
just so good.
His ass. And
Behind is a
honestly,
goddamn monster.
if it's one thing I will say they did at least earlier on before they start getting to the more I guess
Exposition-y
exposition-y
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
It really felt like the movie established a good point. Like he's really fucking dangerous. Like, and if this weren't like a one-to-one hand combat thing, this guy could kill you. Like I felt the threat. Like Jack's got his ass beat.
And he was always doing it in like a disrespectful way, never
Yeah.
breaking eye contact, getting right in your face. Like, I know you can't understand. Well, he can speak English.
No, he could speak English back in 1093.
He can speak English.
He kept telling that man, "You're free," just with his eyes. He was just making him do
Yeah,
all kinds of reasons, just fucking him up.
This was a good thing to do with the silent antagonist. That was a good decision.
Yeah.
It was a good
Also,
decision.
I like how he knew Americanized English back in 1090
Yes.
or 1049.
Yeah.
The motherfucker sounded like he was
truly
from
ahead of his
Boston.
time. Truly ahead of his time.
Truly.
Yeah.
The movie again continues to progress. Somehow they recover Jax because Behan decides to go away at the point.
He did smacks the fuck out of him into like a second story.
Yeah, he thought,
you know,
and they confirmed like he's dead,
thumped.
but he's not. You know,
I mean, hey, that
No,
motherfucker
they
bounced
didn't
back
confirm
like Humpty
nothing.
Dumpty.
It's just weird that Cole went straight to his family after you see the guy who can control ice says, I'm going to hunt you down because you got that tattoo on you no matter where you go. The first place he goes is to his family.
Yeah.
and not even the first. It's then the second. He comes back.
He got them to take them to Gary, Indiana. Why? Because Behind isn't bad enough to come to Gary, Indiana.
You right. He stayed the fuck out.
He said, what? Oh, they call that shit scary. Gary.
He's like, there's things I will
Wait,
not
where that
do.
bitch at?
Only Kano was dumb enough to come to Gary.
Like,
Kano don't give a fuck. Kano says the N word freely.
like, oh yeah. Speaking of which, like, as we go to Gary, Indiana, and everything, and we get introduced to Sonya. She's captured Kano, who's a delight. I love Kalo. Kano. Kano.
Just can't make one episode
Nope.
without.
I'm learning as I go.
What happens when Cole, Sonya, and Kano are all in one big happy place?
Nothing.
Reptile gets
Yeah.
jumped by the
This movie is
Invisible Man.
moving lightning fast as
Yeah, at
Reptile
this point-
enters the fray.
At this point, we are out of the gate somehow, and we have not slowed down since.
Most people didn't even remember Shang Tsung actually sending like Reptile after them.
It happened so
It
fast.
happened so fast. It was like the cuts in this movie was horrible. They cut to Shang Tsung, get him, and then the next thing you know, you see something just fucking like the way the camera panned. They tried to make it like the camera was looking at something, looking at it was just weird.
Fucking Professor Connors crawling around in the trailer park.
I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't know that was Shang Tsung for a minute. Like,
I thought it was Jet Li in that movie when he was like the emperor.
It was one of those elimination things. Like, who else could it have been?
I mean, yeah, if you think about it, but like, I've never seen the guy wear like Imperial Chinese.
Yeah, he was like super
That's how he's introduced.
It's. I mean, in the
Mortal
Kombat, he had.
Kombat 1, that's how he was dressed. An old man. The old.
He wasn't
In
old.
Mortal
Don't-
Kombat
don't-
1, he had them tan dickies and that Pachuca
Yeah,
vest.
he was an old man flying. And he shapeshift.
Which is
but
also
he had-
not
that was
this.
it. It
He
was-
had a purple. He had a
Which is-
purple like wizard's robe on. He didn't have no fucking Imperial armor. Like I wouldn't have known.
This no, I mean he looks like he's straight from the fourth Mummy movie. Like
Yeah.
or
That's-
third movie. Yeah.
That's the Jet Li I was
Tomb of the
talking about.
Dragon.
Yeah, like that was in like at first I'm like, and then eventually just kind of like, oh okay, cool. Who else could he be?
Right.
But he could have been designed a little better, like his costumes.
I get they
think
were
could've
maybe
been.
going for like a maybe more like culturally accurate like Shang Tsung inspired Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
But
I kind of wish it could have kept with more of his colors and stuff. But like we said, we're speeding along. Lizard's dead. Somehow Kano has enough strength to fucking tear out his heart. And then we're moving on to
Fatality.
he says
Kano wins.
Kano wins.
Yeah, Kano wins.
literally after the lizard like spitting up acid, like it's weird that the
He's
blood.
not a xenomorph.
Yeah, but like if you
It's
can
not
produce it,
his blood.
Doesn't what?
He thought he was.
That's not how that works though.
Yeah,
Just
that's-
because you can produce it doesn't mean he's spitting up his blood.
Yeah, like if it's venom, I mean, if it's something coming out his teeth and stuff or mouth, then
Look,
it wouldn't be a throughout his
if
entire
you
body.
cut a snake open, is it gonna like a poisonous snake? Is it gonna spray poison if you cut it open?
well, no. But
Paolumu doesn't poison
We're not
you
talking
when you
about.
kill it.
We're talking about like fake made up things.
The glands for the snake's poison are in its mouth. It has glands with actual poison.
Yeah, but the blood doesn't do it to you.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying if unless you don't cut those glands, you're good, right?
Those glands have to be.
Anyway, everybody, not important.
It's here. It's his fucking belly.
Look. We're
It makes
speeding.
sense.
Look,
It's a
guys,
it's a real fake
guys,
snake.
guys.
Read a
We're
book.
right now. We're in the desert. All right, and then Sonya beats Kano's ass, and then Sonya.
That's her name?
Sonya.
Nah, dog. That's Becky from Horseman.
What the fuck?
What's your phone?
Becky from Horseman. She was at Roosevelt giving out the freaking COVID shots the other day, dog.
Yeah.
Look,
From
Becky beat Kano's ass. Okay. All right, to show that she's important and she's here and she's powerful, and then we speed on, and then what happens?
Don't we get some exhibition like we see Melina for the first time,
Yeah, we get to some other world.
all cheeked up?
Oh my god, we get so
Was
much
she though? 'Cause
Melina.
Maybe did I miss it? 'Cause
No.
I didn't.
No.
I did
You
not.
are-
No, she was sick.
She was thick as
She had
great.
3 M's in her name. Melina.
on
That's
both
what happens when you
sides.
fall asleep.
Exactly.
And then the funny thing is, when you get the sequel to this movie, Katana's gonna be the whitest, flat ass girl you ever seen in your life.
She
Don't-
better
don't-
not be.
don't
She
do that
better
to
not
me.
be.
They can't.
That
they
would
can't
just
do
mean
that.
Quan
They
Chi
can't do
likes
that.
some thick. That would just mean Quan Chi likes some thick. He's like, we can improve on this katana.
Reiko. Give me the
Okay,
injection.
just wondering, like in the
Speaking of Reiko,
I'm just want to put real quick, like you guys know more about Mortal Kombat than me. Is since he created Melina, can she come back, or is that it? It's like she's gone.
Melina's just a clone. She could be recloned.
Okay, good. So
she
we could get
keep
her.
coming back whenever.
As long as Katana's alive, you have her DNA, you make Melina.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I want her
Just
back.
a thing from the flesh pits.
Yes. So I just hope we're
There's a
good.
lot of flesh in them pits.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you.
I mean, speaking of which, I know you mentioned before, and we both agree, like the shots of Otherworld are really good.
Yeah.
Like they're like
The panoramic shots were fucking fantastic.
yeah.
I wonder how much of that was CGI.
That's a good point. Like I'm not sure. I think a lot of it probably, but I'm not.
But they were
Well, no,
fucking
they went to
beautiful.
Australia. They filmed in Australia.
Yeah.
They definitely have some spots like that because Australia is scary. Sorry, it's very scary.
Scarier than Gary.
Scary.
Oh fuck you!
Well,
Obviously not.
obviously not. They
Shang
decided to go-
Tsung did not go to Gary.
And they decided to film Gary in Australia.
Kano went to Gary and got his ass beat by a woman.
Kano went to Gary and never came back. Kano went to Gary and never came back.
Where's our black dragon? He went to the G.
He went to the G and ran into a real dragon. That's what happened.
So at some point, after the characters, have their first exhibition match with the would-be generals of Shang Tsung's soon-to-be fight club, whatever.
Yeah.
We end up with Raiden showing up and collecting the characters, and
Doesn't Liu Kang bring him to the monk temple?
he
Yes.
brings them to their
In the
monk shield
In the most dramatic way
Simple.
possible.
Please talk about how many flames he used in that 5
we're
minutes.
getting to it.
Thank you.
When we get to Liu Kang, like after we're in the temple, we shortly are introduced to Liu Kang, and if you didn't know,
Don't you like how when he popped up, they purposely made his shadow look like the original actor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his
didn't catch
silhouette. I
They
thought
did.
at first,
It
I'm
was
like, what are we
exactly him.
doing?
It was the exact
I
same
was
silhouette.
excited. I was so excited.
I was like, no fucking way. I was like, oh, okay.
you see
yeah,
the
that makes
shadow,
sense.
and then you realize
I
that there's
thought
no way
maybe-
Robert Chi would rather slice his own throat before coming back to this.
It's like you're definitely smaller than I remembered.
I can't even call this dude Liu Kang. I'm just be totally honest with you. I'm calling him Zach for the rest of the movie.
Zach.
Zach.
What's up with you and these different names?
His Lil King.
He's a fucking Power Ranger. He's
Look,
not Liu Kang.
homeboy was scrawny, okay? He was scrawny. He was
He was
as
Lil
small as
Kane.
a
He was
what?
Lil
Just
Kane.
little-
He's Little Kane, but
He
you
ain't
know,
Lil Kane. He ain't Lil Kane.
So yeah,
He was just
showed up.
as small as what,
I
Jamal?
don't know. What do you think he's the smallest?
I don't know. I was gonna say like a blade of grass.
I'm bigger than his
a
ass.
blade.
Yeah, you totally
I'm
are.
bigger than him.
I guess we have the example we need. I guess
Look, you may be bigger than him. You may be bigger than him, but you're not as shredded as him. Okay, when he takes
Yeah,
that
he
shit
was
off,
fucking. He,
right,
he-
homeboy
yeah,
cut.
he
He
will
was
fuck you
cut.
up.
Speaking of
That
speaking of
motherfucker
cut,
looked like a
speaking of
suicide.
cut,
Cold
he's also
cut.
hot. Every time he shows up, if you didn't know he was Liu Kang by name, he uses fire
By
every
the
5
flame.
seconds.
You knew him by flame.
Okay.
You didn't know Luke came by name. You know him by flame.
I am happy to see at least one film decides to use the flame legitly.
Because they can afford it.
We mean they could afford it. They could have done it in the other movies.
Budget on Liu Kang. That's what happened.
The- the-
Chris did the
Blew the
miraculous
whole
discovery.
budget. Fire, fire, fire.
At least we saw it. Chris made a discovery that we didn't even see fire in
And
the
the other
first 2 Mortal Kombat movies at all.
The last
No fire.
punch,
saw Flash.
you saw Flash.
You saw
Fred.
electricity. You saw Speed Force.
Like,
The
what
Speed
the
Force.
fuck?
Yeah.
Liu Kang is not an electric
Yeah.
guy, and that was the last hit he did in the last.
The Flash fucked up Mortal Kombat.
I'll tell you, I will say
It
this.
was me, Barry.
Stop it. Wait, I remember flames. No, it was me. I went back in time and decided to make Liu Kang use electricity instead of flame. Yes.
So, what happens is that, long story short, we get over all this bullshit, and then we get to a point where it's like, for the first time since we started this boring Man with the Iron Fist arc with the other characters who you don't care about except for Kano, we get to the portion where
Kano's a
the
delight.
film slows down for once. We do this really, really drawn out montage of Cole training, and all the characters at this point are trying to unlock their the power
Arcana.
system. Yeah,
Arcana.
what's it called? Arcana.
Kana.
Arcana that is only available to those with their dragon tattoo.
Yes, so the people in the movie who have been chosen by the dragon tattoo.
Sounded like that's what they called the magic and fable. Your
Yeah, it
Arcana,
sounds like
wasn't
something
it?
that doesn't belong
Something
here.
like that.
Arcana is meant like it's more of like it sounds
Arcane
like more of a
magic.
magic.
Yeah, it's arcane
So I'm
magic.
like, wait a sec, this is more like weird.
This,
like
this is how they explain.
Primal.
It's not Chi, and
No.
they're just borrowing shit from He-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how they explain how Liu
Sure.
Kang is able to throw his fireballs.
So they explain all the characters.
This is how they
Yeah.
explain how Kung Lao is able to teleport and throw his hat, and I guess
Did he ever teleport?
that's how he came into the movie.
Yeah.
That's how
It
he
was
came into the
amazing.
movie.
It was great.
I don't remember. I didn't
Like
remember.
3 times, and
Hey,
that's
Clarence, you're
that's
gonna tell him
also
that he
every
should've stayed awake
every
for-
time you watched him
should've paid
teleport, you went,
attention.
there went $1 million.
There you go. But yeah, it was. I didn't. I'll be honest. I wasn't feeling the explanation for the powers. Honestly, I would prefer, with the way this universe has been rolling out,
Just have them
since
fucking do it.
Yeah, just have them fucking do it. You don't need to slap an explanation on it, because when you do it, you get stuff.
You write yourself into a box.
You write yourself into a box, and when you do it later in the movie with stuff that really won't make sense, and I can't wait to get to it, it doesn't work so well. How did you guys think about the introduction of this magical power system? And
Does Shang Tsung have a tattoo?
That's a good question.
Did that explain his?
I mean, he's a sorcerer, so it's like,
Is sorcery his magic arcanum?
is he? I don't know.
Maybe he's a survivor of the Mortal Kombat. They don't even explain what the Mortal Kombat is. They say
they
you
don't
got a
even get
tattoo.
to-
We don't have a Mortal
He
Kombat.
is a former champion. Shane. Well, he's supposed to be. I don't know if he is now, but
That's
he's
what I was saying.
supposed
Like,
to be a
are
former
you-
champion.
Yeah, but like, okay, according to let's go with like the movie, we don't know. So like, he could be.
I'd say
could not.
he's a champion.
He probably is.
He
But
is
the
a
movie-
champion.
The way Raiden respects him, because Raiden has a fear in his eyes when he sees Shang Tsung. He's something. That's all you need to know because
He's got a glimmer in his eye.
Raiden and hold the
glimmers.
fuck on. Raiden, somebody needs to give him some Energizer batteries. Whatever the fuck he has doesn't work.
Look, man, I was not a fan of his high beams on his eyes.
Yeah.
They looked a little lazy. They didn't always have to be that way.
No, super foggy.
Yeah, that was money that you could have
always
saved.
foggy.
That was money you could have saved.
No, that was they ran out of money and all they could do was that.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. How do you guys feel about, since we're on that topic, how do you guys feel about the special effects overall when it comes to the powers for the characters?
You know
Okay.
what? They were good.
Yeah.
They were good.
I'll go like this. Sonya Blade got an A. Liu Kang got an A. Cole, they recycled shit from the Guyver and just decided to put it on him.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Jax, I don't know what the fuck with that was supposed to be. I have no idea.
Metal.
I love how he became a technomancer.
Yeah, Jairo said technomancer. Yeah.
That's the word we're going to use.
This is what I think the thing is with Jax. I think his maybe Arcana has something to do with durability to start off with, similar to I
Heavy
think
lifting.
what Cole
Heavy
has.
lifting for the film.
Cole had plot armor. That's not durability. He's a god.
And I think what happened is that when they fixed his arms, that shit was always there. They just was like, let's see how funny this is,
like hidden
and
monk
didn't
tech?
tell him how to do that shit.
I honestly think if they could, the way they could have done it was to just let him be off screen for a little bit and then have his arms just be finished being,
But then what would
You
his
mean
power
like he
be?
can just bust out of a table and fight Cyrex?
Yes.
Yes.
Like Annihilation?
It's almost if it
Just
were better that way.
watch Annihilation.
Like if like they even brought back the fucking like he did the whole shield thing again. Right? It was like I'm holding you guys off. You can't go past this electric barrier or whatever. I'm like, okay, I've seen this before.
No, and the funny thing was that was just until Kano went and found the battery.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
had
so-
no business being that weak.
I didn't know like because Raiden has never does he have a staff?
Yes, he does.
He does. Is
With
it
a dragon
connected
head?
with a power like that?
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean,
For the purpose of the movie, yes, that's what
Okay,
his
yeah,
power
I guess
is. That's
so.
what it's for.
Because
And so yeah, at this point in the movie, like the enemies have found their way in because they found a way to convince Kano.
Kano was 6'9" all along.
Exactly, he was always
He's a rat.
the ops.
Double agent.
He fucking went in. He turned the little
I
power
guess-
grid off.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't 6'9". He was the opposite.
Yeah,
he
he-
said, "Fuck them cops."
not a
Sonya,
no, only after
I'm outta
Kano
here.
got his ability to use his eye laser.
yeah.
also, the way that he got his fucking power was dumb.
Yeah, make him upset.
He got scratched, and all of a sudden now he can glare at you. He can glare you down and melt you.
Yeah, because people made fun of him at a dinner table, which really the lead character, well, some of the lead characters, the supporting cast, Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I mean, they were fine there, their powers, but that little conversation didn't make me like anybody at the table. It didn't lend itself to like make the characters likable. It was like, you guys seem like assholes. In the first movie, if I'm comparing, I liked those people. Like they were dicks, but they were dicks to each other, right? Like they wasn't like they were just like these guys were just mean spirited. Like
Well,
granted, Kano deserved it.
why. I get why.
To be fair, as a trainer at a job, this is the class I got to deal with, and I got to make gold out of shit.
And they know what's at stake. They really do know what's at stake, and nobody else really does. And they're not being taken seriously. The entire time they've been disrespected. So how do you expect them to react?
I mean,
it's
that
hard
made me
to-
like
We
him.
don't know how long it's been. Could have been months.
And you can't beat my ass, so I'm gonna talk all this shit.
It's true.
Oh yeah,
Like, what are you gonna do about it?
You ain't gonna beat my ass.
Mad Jackie Chan vibes. Like you wouldn't be his ass.
I
You
really,
know?
I have to say, like with the introduction of like Kung Lao and Liu Kang and everything, I wish that I feel like I think it comes from like people saying that that whoever made this movie really had a lot of fun with it because they decided to make both of them like more just over the top martial arts characters and stuff because they explain,
As it should be.
It, I mean, true, but it's fun. It seems it would be funnier or better in a video game than it is on screen. Because at first it just felt like left field, kind of corny a little bit to me. After the introduction was fine, but when they first introduced themselves, like I am Kung Lao, like he did all these little movements and stuff like that's a little. We don't need the whole
You
thing.
mean like homie from number one?
Yeah.
Or every episode of Power Rangers we ever saw, every kung fu movie we
Every
ever saw,
Sentai
growing up,
inspired anything?
anything.
Yeah.
Those
Like
people
it's
have
just
more conviction.
yeah. Like they knew they're in all the same movie or same show. This one felt like they came from those things.
I'll tell you,
it's whatever. But
I didn't get porn star energy from all the actors this time.
Yeah.
Because the first two movies, you're like, oh yeah, these guys, if they weren't doing porn before this movie, they're definitely doing it after. But this time I didn't get that. I got like, oh, this is your shot. Oh, I didn't really like the leads here. I mean, there were some. Kano was accurate, delightful for the most
You know,
part.
was a delight.
Cabal was great.
I
Ball was-
didn't enjoy Sonya. I'm sorry. She just, I mean, Annihilation in my book right now currently
She
has
didn't
the
convince
best.
me she was from the G
I
either.
I honestly love this Sonya. And I think the reason why I love this Sonya,
From the G. I was gonna
nah,
say.
it ain't got nothing to do from B to G because I think, and again, this ties back to the video game. My premier character that I play with in Mortal Kombat is Cassie. It's Cassie Cage.
Okay.
And this Sonya
Ew.
reminded me of Cassie Cage.
Really?
Yeah. Like she gave off that vibe to me. She didn't give a Sonya Blade vibe off to me. She gave a younger.
Not so much like a militaristic authoritarian figure, more of a free spirited type of thing.
Yeah, like I got to do what I got to do. She should like she looked like somebody who used to be in the military, got kicked out because she was trying to kick people in the dicks or some shit like that. And she got obsessed with trying to chase down this fucking thing that she wanted to have. Like, in all honesty, I think the storyline would be better if she would have flipped to get her fucking marking.
Yeah. I would have liked it way better if she kind of went over the edge to kill Kano like indiscriminately.
Yeah, and then, but she did, especially by the end of the movie. She did her part. I rag on Luda Lin, but if you're looking at a young Liu Kang, I feel like he came off as an inexperienced, you know what I'm saying, karate monk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, it's a good thing given the circumstances of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were doing when they're casting Kung Lao. He doesn't even look like he's supposed to be there. But
He served his purpose.
He had a chin of steel.
Man.
He
Hey, he had
Look, the hat thing was cool.
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna
know why
say.
like Mjolnir for some reason.
Yeah.
if you put me in that movie and give me the hat and I do that, it's gonna look cool.
If you put you,
The hat does itself.
made the hat.
Anybody can do it.
And we're back. What were we saying?
Sonya is one of the most fabulous white women I've ever seen in my life.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah, why should I be racist, you people?
You people. Anyway, but yeah, we get to the fucking power stuff, and then what? Then they show up, and they stop them.
They show up after breaking the little force field, Kano being the ops, woo, and then we kind of what?
Oh yeah, then they they come in, they rush like after Kano betrays them and stuff, and then they do the whole killing of Kung Lao.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, after his awesome fatality on Bird Chick, whoever she was.
Deadly Alliance, Deception, that oh my god, that hurt my feelings.
Look, Bird girl.
Bird girl. I don't know who she is.
That man chucked up the whole fucking air in the room.
It's cool.
I'll tell you right now.
She's a vampire, wasn't she?
Yeah,
That's what they called her. That's what they called her.
I remember her.
yeah.
I briefly
She was
remember.
only in a couple of games. It was only a few of them.
I briefly remember, but yeah, after he fucking murders her ass, then some shit happens, and then they murder his ass, and then the characters are left to lick their wounds. But shortly before they get their plan to beat all the other people up, who knew?
Yeah.
So then, and as they're talking about how they're going to do it, we're actually seeing it happen. What's her face? Sonya shows up
Sonya's
in
gonna
Kano's.
Kano.
The plan's not coming from Sonya. The plan is not coming from Jax. It's coming from the would-be MMA fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who now has become
Oh, yeah.
full man with the Iron Fist.
He
at
has
this point.
Yeah, he has unlocked his
Skipped the whole Goro fight.
as Jamal said, unlocked his plot
Yeah,
armor.
during the Goro fight, he unlocked his plot armor during the Goro fight.
Yeah, a spectacular spectacle.
After he
including-
said, "This is too much," and he knows he's being hunted down because of his dragon mark, where does he go? Oh, right back to his family.
exactly.
Oh yeah, he does give up.
After concocting a plan, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go right back to my family."
Why is Goro so fucking strong but struggled so fucking much to open up the garage?
Why did he need all 4 hands to open the door?
Man,
So you know it was him because he has 4 arms. You know him. He's the 4 arm guy.
Because he's from Outworld and didn't know how to operate a garage door.
And I don't know if I was you.
I don't know how to
but,
open most garage doors either, but I don't need to do 4 hands. To open.
Like Cole survived the whole
If you
barn
had
being
4
put on
hands,
top
would
of
you
him.
use them?
Yes.
Not to
Is that
open
before
barn
or
doors.
after? That was before his armor came up too.
That was before his armor. He got the shit beat out of him by Goro,
He
and then the
got
whole
his
ass barn fell on
ass
top of
whooped.
him, and he got right back up.
That was before it became
Cole was invincible before he got his aura,
His plot
This
armor.
is true. His Arcana.
Arcana. There it is.
Yeah.
It's a stupid name, by the way.
But it threw out my theory that because I thought at first I think Heido mentioned it that he thought maybe that he was actually Scorpion because we knew that they keep throughout the film you get to see like glimpses of Scorpion related to him, like he starts
Those
having
were
flashes.
the worst parts of the movie to me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fucking
like-
cheap.
Yeah.
Bro,
They kept
like,
foreshadowing Scorpion's return.
PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Those cheap
Mercilessly.
PowerPoint fucking presentations that just kept popping up.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
terrible.
That looks bad.
Yeah, having him. Oh,
That's
man.
why it's meant to be in motion.
Yes.
Yeah, having him.
She's missing her whole fucking chin.
Jesus.
But okay, but yeah, we go to everyone's fighting individual enemies and stuff.
Which, by the way, I will say this: of the generals that they gave us, the least pleasing to me, and I think Heido agree. I'm sure everyone else does. The introduction and the fucking murdering and the slaughtering
Metaphorically and literally.
of Reiko.
Jesus fucking Christ, what you did to my boy.
My man got.
Murdered. They murdered him.
They ruined.
I
him.
really liked his design back and forth because he looked like a cross between Nightcrawler and
Nightwing.
Nightwing.
Yeah.
And he looked fucking
Now
amazing.
he looks like a fucking Fen from the other side of the wall.
He looks like a
He looked like the what's her name? Thor's sister.
Thor has a
Thor has a sister.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did y'all? Yeah, Hella. The
Hela.
dude that Hela.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the MCU logic.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
Yeah.
he looked like the dude that Hella turned that was always standing there working the thing.
I know who you're talking about, though. Keep forgetting his
Yeah.
name. God.
We know who it is. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
Scourge. Goddamn.
Yeah, it looks like Scourge, but homie had a hammer. Look, was that Shao Kahn's hammer?
I thought
No.
it
That was just a mallet.
It was just
It
a big
it was a fucking cinder block attached to a goddamn stabilizing iron bar.
yes.
Shao Kahn couldn't give people better weapons than that?
It wasn't
No?
Shao Kahn.
So,
Well, I mean,
what-
yes.
So after
Yeah.
all that through and fro, they get to their little in sequence where they're starting to like fight each other, and Reiko gets bodied by Jax, who somehow manifested bigger robot arms with his stupid powers. He grew his arms. I thought that was
Technomancer, we talked about it.
that's a heavy lifting word that we have adopted instead of the
That's a real
movie.
word.
They're squatting.
That's a real
They're
thing.
squatting real.
Look, we're already dealing with Arcana, magic, and
See, that's the thing.
Look,
Like, when you
Sorcerers
know
and
how much they
behind.
squat?
look, 4-arm creature mutant people. Like him having bigger arms is the most crazy thing.
I
to you?
think that making the explanation that it's something that comes from within. Okay, let's say it like this. If he didn't have the robot arms, how would his Arcana work? Would he made his arms bigger, more muscular?
Yeah, maybe.
He would have been like Piccolo and regrown his arms from the.
My arm's bigger when it comes to saving white women. So why?
What?
I mean,
Hold on. What's going on?
What is going on? What are you trying to?
his power.
Okay.
That's how he got his power. She was being crushed under a boulder.
This
and
is true.
The black guy had to manifest his power, his arcana, to save her life.
Like a
Not
baby.
his own,
It's true.
just hers.
Well, I guess I must have missed that little crucial portion.
Hold up. After they shown that they really didn't previously have like a really tight relationship like
At
they
all.
normally do, they had no connection to each other. He went, no, I
They weren't
have
even
to
in the same
save
place.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna save myself.
Remember, white
I'm gonna let
girls,
this dude beat
apparently
me
we
down
are
and
here
kill me,
for you.
but I had to save her. Love you, baby.
They're here.
Oh my god. But okay. What? Oh, we're speeding
Isn't
through.
Madeline the other thing that gets hard?
What I think like the next thing we see is that like he's Cole is going to go save his family or something like that.
Oh
After,
yeah,
he already saved his family. That's how he got his plot armor.
No, I'm talking about we're at the end now. Like we're going. They're all teleported to different fights.
Everybody.
Yeah, after
Everyone got beat up.
Yeah,
because
then-
apparently they lost 100 times in a row, and
they had to jump Melina.
yeah, and all it took for them was to get powers because
Yeah.
everyone's an expert fighter now.
Did the other humans back in the day never get their powers?
They just had
Apparently,
them.
Were they so bad.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
We've lost 100 times in a row because the motherfucker couldn't shoot out a blue rainbow.
Shang Tsung
Out
was
of his
that
nuts.
guy and was busting babies in the cribs.
Yeah, he was making he was waiting and then killing them before the fight began because he's a fucking cheat.
we have another MCU reference for this. You remember when they were talking about in Endgame about going back to kill baby Thanos?
Yeah.
And you had War Machine.
Shang Tsung would have did it.
Shang Tsung was doing that shit.
He damn sure tried.
And he wouldn't have waited for no one to agree to a plan. He just would have did it.
It's true.
Yeah, like after this plan, the movie's back at that breakneck pace where it's moving like like this.
The star of
Again.
the show shows right back the fuck up at the front door. That guy Bihan.
Yes, Sub-Zero shows up again to he's Sub-Zero now when he has ice powers. We talked about this.
He's
already.
Bihan.
He had ice powers before.
Sub-Zero is a title.
You put some respect on his name. His
Sub-Zero
Yeah.
is a title
He called
of the leader
himself-
of the Lin
He
Kuei.
called himself Sub-Zero.
You sound like them people that you know what I'm saying.
Them people.
When Grogu got a name, you still call him Baby Yoda.
he's Baby
because-
Yoda.
Because when I got a Funko Pop, it says
the child.
It says
Baby.
It says Baby Yoda.
It says the child.
Or the
In
child.
the- in the-
No. He wrote on there the child.
It does
wrote
not.
on there Baby Yoda.
It does not say. It does not say Grogu on it. So I will not be referring to him as that name.
Okay.
It is dumb.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't understand why they kept it a secret, like there was going to be a revelation. But anyway, yeah, Sub-Zero has showed back
Yeah,
up.
Sub-Zero shows up, starts and they decided that we're gonna fight him together,
Yep.
and then Cole starts fighting
alone.
on his own, and then he summons his master Pokemon with this gardening stick he carries everywhere. He summons in all those scenes in the movie where they were showing us these god awful flashbacks or snippets
Visions.
of Scorpion finally pay off because now he's somehow unlocked himself into the real world where he takes over.
He was a Digimon.
He was a Digimon, yeah. He shows up
Yeah.
and he starts fighting the true enemy to Sub-Zero. He starts fighting Scorpion and Sub-Zero start fighting each other, and Cole is reduced from main character to
Guy trying to punch his family out of the iceberg.
Literally punch his
Yeah.
family out of ice, which they're frozen. Which I was thinking like he is just tearing their insides.
They are
apart.
frozen. Their skin is blue. They are dead.
They are dead.
Well, I'll be honest, into the honestly the second most entertaining fight of the movie.
Yeah.
Like of all the fights that happen from the beginning till now, this is the movie's second most entertaining fight. Not its best, it's second most entertaining.
And Bihan still has to be jumped in order to be
He
defeated.
beat the shit out of Scorpion again.
Again.
He
Yeah.
came back from the dead just to catch hands again. Didn't you learn the last time?
That motherfucker
Apparently, lied.
he dropped so many promos throughout the movie. With little, he'll be back
gonna be
next
me.
week.
Like, they're
He
like,
came in and got his ass whooped.
like OG Kane
Immediately.
promos.
Yeah, and he
Slowly.
didn't OG Kane shit.
I'm slowly
Bihan
wrapping up my
was
thing.
Jared. In the end, he was not supposed to lose. He had to get jumped to lose.
And you know-
Jiren was always supposed to lose. Be real.
Hey nerds. So, what else happened? What else happened? Oh yeah, finally, goddamn, you almost made me say it. So finally, Sub-Zero decides to rid himself of his gigantically, painfully cable-esque fucking shoulder pads
Yeah.
to get some real fighting done, and then he gets his fucking
Those
ass
shit were
kicked.
terrible. Those
Man,
shits were
just to
the
get-
terrible.
longer you look at them, I mean, they were not.
He laid hands on Cole the whole time because Cole literally can't get hurt.
Everybody laid hands on Cole. Like I fucking laid hands on Cole. I was sleep. I was sleep for half the movie. Like he just. I don't know. I don't know.
Glad you admit it this time.
I'm glad. You know what? Fine. I gotta give you guys something to live for. You know, just so you can.
You know, it just leads into the coolest part of when Scorpion uses his flame breath and it melts his face off while he's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like his
That was
face turns into
great.
a skeleton, chef kiss.
$5 million.
All right there.
Hey.
All right there. In the beginning
$5 million.
and in the end. Everything else.
Yeah.
And in Goro.
Yeah.
That's all the money. That's all the money.
Oh, Goro, they just took that from what was that fucking that Warcraft movie? They just
Warcraft
took,
movie.
They just took the leftover
Warcraft.
shit from the Warcraft movies. Like, here's Goro. And then the fucking scenes where you was seeing Scorpion was just leftover fucking Spawn footage.
Oh God.
That's
5D chess brain right there.
Exactly.
That's 5D chess brain right there.
It's using what you got to get a movie done. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know about you guys, but how I feel like overall, as far as the movie was concerned, with the final fight and everything, I feel like we were promised more of a antagonistic relationship with Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Like, we were gonna see Scorpion more. We saw Bihan. Damn it! We saw Sub-Zero.
Got him.
Got him. But we did not see Scorpion as much as we were promised. Instead, we got like made up character who was the main character for most of the time.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like I had a little bit of high hopes for this movie because they showed us all the blood and gore in the trailers and the lead up to. But seeing the final product, and mind you, we watched both Mortal Kombat, the original, and Annihilation before this. I don't know, man. This movie only delivered a couple of places where those other two did not.
Annihilation is the best movie.
It is a classic.
It is the most entertaining out of all Mortal Kombat movies.
We
We do not.
I have not seen that, so
Look.
I'll stand by
We
it.
do not acknowledge.
I'll send it to you.
It's on HBO Max.
I will be
It's on HBO. Okay.
I will be the different in the room because it's just true. I like Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I have they have hold a special place in my heart because I have rose colored classics for them, and when we're rewatching, especially Annihilation, it was just they're funny.
So terrible, so good.
They're so terrible to be good. It's a whole they go into a whole different type of genre, but like this film's all right. Like it has definitely potential to be better, especially if they definitely promise to make more in the future. Because I could definitely see it just stopping. Like a lot of these films, they want to come out and they're like, we're setting up so many things, and then they never come back.
Remember the Dark Universe?
Yeah.
This gets maybe one more
reminding me.
movie.
I give
This gets maybe one more movie.
If that's what they get, and then we can finally actually get to a fucking tournament, then great. Because that's one of my hate. Like I hate the fact that by the time I was really into the film, towards the end, it was over already, and I was like, okay, yeah.
I thought that was midway through.
Yeah, I
was waiting for somebody's head to pop up in the sky.
Exactly.
Run it back.
What I would like for them to do, no bad blood to the guy who was playing Cole, but they need to find some way
Get him out of here.
for Johnny Cage to like shoot
Sorry,
that guy
bro.
in the back of the head so that he can just be the main protagonist.
Yeah,
Get him outta here.
Have him show up for like a minute in the beginning and then die off.
No.
You know what?
Screen, and
I'll say this. I will say this real fast. I would hope that if they show Cole in the next movie, he needs to be played by a different actor and then be killed in the first 5 minutes. That's
just like Johnny
that's the
Cage.
only way.
Off screen.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you when it comes to that. I don't believe that the character of Cole was. I don't think they wanted him to be fully developed in this movie. He just was supposed to be introduced.
They did a great job then.
Yeah, they did.
I do believe there's gonna be more. I don't believe we haven't seen the full complement of what his abilities are either.
How can they get any better?
I don't. I mean,
He could be covered head to toe in fucking armor. I don't know what's going to happen.
Should he fly?
Who
cares?
No, but I also think who we know is left out there. I do believe you'll eventually end up with antagonists of a Scorpion due to Quencher involvement or something like that. Something's going to happen because the way they just wrote Scorpion seems like this motherfucker is never coming back. Like, he's just cool. Okay, I avenged my family. Now I can go rest now. We all know that's not how that's going to happen. So I could see him getting possessed or something like that and coming back. I do feel like this is for the Shinryu, and they use Cole as a catalyst to keep that around, even though that we won't see Scorpion on screen maybe for a while, to just keep that fresh in your head, and him trying to go back and understand more about his legacy and who his family really is, because he don't look like he know none of that shit. That's why he was always getting his ass.
Because he was an orphan.
Because
dirty orphan.
I do believe he has the ability to become a good character. Again, I don't know what the fuck these screenwriters were thinking about.
they were
at all.
They were thinking action good, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, fight.
I don't take video game and book shit lightly anymore, as in saying that it can't be good. And I've seen that from series like The Witcher, different stuff like that, where stuff can actually be well written and entertaining.
no. I think there's nothing wrong with that, but like I just don't. I like my whole thing with Cole is the fact that there's so many characters, and I don't understand why we couldn't just pick one of those because it reminds me of watching like them picking Cole and having their own character in there reminds me of Resident Evil again. Like we
have to have a character that we relate to so we can be brought into the plot.
I don't even think about it as a related thing. I think it's a cash grab. I think there's a thing about Cole where it's going to have something to happen in the future. Be looking if this movie does well, which it probably is because everybody and their fucking mother is watching this.
Mortal Kombat is a name. Look forward to seeing Cole in your next season pass in Mortal Kombat 11.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Cole, or he'll be the fucking cover for fucking Mortal Kombat 12.
I hope not.
And it's going to be something where I feel like his lore should have been dropped in game, in comic, or something form before he was brought into the movie.
Years ago.
He'd be related to him. And I think that's something that they missed on because that's more money that they could have gotten.
Very simple fix. Don't they have a Scorpion ancestor or?
Yeah, they did. In 9,
what was
right?
his name? Taka?
Yeah, Taka something.
The guy that had the
Takashi.
fucking Takashi.
Yeah.
Takeda was the one with the bow,
Takeda.
right? And the other one was
No, Takedo is technically, I think that's Kenji's.
Yeah, that's Kenji's. But the one that was Scorpions, he had the whole fucking the bodysuit.
Yeah, with the little whip things. Yeah, they had a predecessor. Yeah, they could.
And see, that's honestly.
That's what they should have done.
the voice actor was Johnny
no,
Mba.
hold
What was the
on,
character's
hold
name
on.
though?
And this
I can't remember this guy.
this is where I'm going with this, and I didn't want to because it's just grasping at straws. As far as we know, Cole was an orphan. You know what I'm saying? And that could be somewhere that they're actually going to end up going with it. The only thing that I don't like about that is the time difference, because about that time around, you had a Cassie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around. This shit has been around for a while and they developed. So I don't know if that's where they're actually going to go with it, where he finds out that is who he is in his lineage. But when I saw everything that was happening, when I first looked at it, that's the immediate thing I thought when I saw that. When I was watching the movie and I saw that suit come over him.
Yeah, them giving them nightsticks was terrible for me. If they should have just went in full throttle and just had the fucking whips right off the bat.
Well, maybe that's something, like I said, where he needs to develop that.
But they should have done it now. They should have done it now.
Yeah, like it's a little, like I can see, and that's there goes that whole like this potential thing where it could go, but you know what we got wasn't much, and it just felt like you could have you could have gone to a different direction. I get about setting things up, but right now you can only really speculate. There's not really much there. It's Cole's character.
It's Mortal Kombat. It's a fighting game story. Who
the
cares?
problem is they knew this movie was bad, and that's why they sold it on the first 7 minutes.
It's not bad. It's just okay.
It's not.
It's entertaining.
It's not Dead or Alive bad.
No. Fuck. It's not Dead or Alive. It's not Tekken. It's not fucking Street Fighter Chun-Li.
I'm glad you said Chun-Li.
I said Chun-Li. No,
that first
Chun-Li.
He got paid.
Nah.
So since we're on where we think the movie ranks, what do you guys think as far as how would you rate it overall?
Within itself or
within itself, just the movie from start to finish. Like how would you think it would?
You like to use numbers. Use a number.
Yeah,
whatever your
scale.
heart's content. Whatever your heart's
scale,
content.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. What about you?
I also give it 3 out of 5 Kano eye scratches.
I know what it is. I didn't expect too much from it. It's average. I give it a 5.
Out of
10. 5 out of 10. It's average. 5 out of 10.
It's actually
3 out of 5 is a passing grade.
I know. Ideally, it's a 3 out of 10. Absolutely, it's a 3 out of 10.
Damn.
There's 7 good minutes at the end, and in the beginning, there's 14 fucking good minutes of this movie.
It was fun, but definitely could have been better. I give it a 6.
He could never go back to Supergirl again.
No, not at all. I mean, well, they wrote Guardian out a long time ago. So.
We need more Bihan.
Yeah.
I will give it.
And we need more Melina behind.
Please, more Melina in general. She was great.
Nah, I was cool. She's not my type.
She was great. Before she opened her
we
mouth.
know your type, Indy.
Yeah, we obviously.
We've been hearing about it all fucking pod.
She's too dark.
He doesn't want the hazelnut. He wants the French vanilla.
Nah, I'm cool. Too many teeth for me. That might cause a problem.
Coward.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, little bite.
I only give one.
So I'm gonna give the movie probably like 3 Kano loogies out of 10.
Damn.
Right in the hand.
Right in the hand. Right in the.
That motherfucker is a master marksman with his spit. He just gets you right in your asshole.
Yep. All right. So.
Okay.
But yes, as we
Yeah, the movie was fine. I mean, I think there's two. Obviously, I think a couple of people were all little divided on it. Some more than others.
No, everybody thinks this movie's trash.
Except for this one over here.
It's only one way I could rate this movie that people understand. It was better than Wonder Woman.
yes,
Which Wonder Woman?
The last
84.
bullshit that they put on out.
it is better than 84.
I don't know about that.
What's it?
It wasn't 2.5 hours long when it didn't need to be.
It was also
Yeah.
less productive.
It doesn't, but it was
Like,
fun.
They spent no
Wonder Woman wasn't. Did you have fun watching Wonder Woman 84?
a little bit.
Where?
Watching what's his name?
Watching
The movie wasn't good,
What's his name?
but it could have been better.
That's true.
All I'm saying is
Wish for more.
All I'm saying is that Hector
was
running all the
fantastic.
way to Washington from an office was a little bit more engaging to me than
Whatever.
you
Hector
know,
was the fastest child in the entire
dude,
fucking world.
like
Wait, hold on.
all the way to the White House lawn. Incredible.
I want to bring up.
Bypassing security.
I want to bring up all the video game references that they did and how I think they really broke immersion. They didn't.
Some of them did, but I like some of the nods.
Yeah.
Saying like flawless victory, unnecessary.
Kano wins.
Oh, it would be
unnecessary.
It would be better if they didn't kill all the meaning for the word. Like you've got people who are taking 4 and 5 licks to the head, saying
That was in the first 2 movies.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, this
Kung
was
Lao
the-
didn't get touched, but
this was-
for what reason are you going to kill someone? And go flawless victory.
because he didn't get touched.
because he's an
Perfect.
asshole.
Like I would
And-
like for it to
Hold on.
actually be done in a tournament setting.
That's what I was finna say. It wasn't even a fucking tournament. And that's why he died. Because he did it out of context what he's supposed to do.
So
he went flawless victory. And it wasn't even a fucking match.
Who's watching to care?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He didn't get touched.
Technically,
He did
this
not
wasn't
get
a Mortal
touched.
Kombat. If you think about it.
The only thing that have made that better is Shane Sung would have fucking went flawless victory after he fucking sucked his soul out. If he'd went no real flawless victory.
I hated
He
the
should've
daughter
gone
screaming.
full fatality.
I hated the daughter going, do the uppercut. I hated it.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I
I hated
really. You know, the only thing that would have made that scene a little bit worse.
The wife came out the side.
Yes, whoopsie. That would have killed me. Like,
She would've came out the side. Just whoopsie.
No, the best thing about that scene,
Shit, they should have done it. Yeah, I think about it.
was the way girls shook that shit off like motherfucker.
Yeah, like do it. Do the like. It didn't even pay off for anything. He hit him and that didn't take him down. He just said, "Throw the uppercut." Let's give her one more line in the movie, and then let's talk about the the tripping one. Yeah, the sweeps.
The 3 sweeps and everything.
That one was actually good.
Yeah, that was
That
fun.
was a
actually
good one.
good.
That one was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I like
was
the
dope.
3 sweeps that take place in the movie.
That was
A lot of-
dope. Are we gonna talk about Liu Kang all of a sudden just like running out of fireball meter or some shit like it was on a meter?
Yeah, they ran out of money, and Lou used it all on the dragon. So that's
Yeah.
you know,
The dragon that couldn't even bite anybody in half. It
Wait,
just had to like fucking.
It's fire. I don't know.
It rained fire on the guy and fucking lit him on fire. Cabal could not run fast enough.
Yeah, we didn't get an animality, but we got the fatality.
Man, get that shit the fuck out of here.
We didn't talk about how Sonya was instantly able to get her powers and be super athletic within the span of 5 minutes.
Yo, Clarence,
Was it
because
really
stupid.
5 minutes though?
It was like a minute.
Was it?
Was it
trying to move
really?
over it.
No, I'm saying
She got from the
It
G to
is
Out
real
War pretty
time.
fast.
she teleported in a fucking lightning thingy.
Oh, so it's less than 5 minutes.
It might have been, but you got to understand though. She went through the same exact training they went through.
She
understood
Stop
how to do
No,
it.
she didn't. She
defending
wasn't
her.
allowed. She wasn't allowed.
I will always.
They literally looked her in the eye and said,
They
they looked her in
Stop.
the eye and said no one
Stop
allowed.
it.
I
Get
will
that cape
always
off her.
defend my white queen. Leave her alone.
He does have the Superman logo, right?
He
Don't
does
save them
have the S.
hoes. Stop trying to save them hoes.
And it's stitched, nice stitched in too. That's what
And he's only calling them hoes because he doesn't know what their names are. So that's a Cat Williams joke.
So Sonya Blade has always been my. That was the first character I ever picked up and played in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So,
Green jumpsuit and all.
Yeah.
You mean that?
Orchid, Sonya Blade. You know, I just have a thing
For green?
I think so.
Tomb Raider?
He was
Martian
a
Manhunter?
different type of guy. He knew where his flavors.
Mushroom Man can be whatever he wants.
He didn't see a ninja and go, ooh, cool ninja. He didn't see Bruce Lee and go, ooh, cool Bruce Lee. He said, huh, white girl thighs go burr.
Bruh, she did the fucking split thing with the neck and all that. You know what I'm saying? She had some very interesting moves.
Yeah,
I was 4. I wasn't thinking about that.
No, I was, like I said, when that game came out, I was in the fucking 7th grade.
I was about to say. Young is ancient.
God, what do you eat?
He's an elder god.
What do you, I was gonna say like
He's an
what
elder
is your
god.
diet?
White women.
Oh my god! Anyway, with that,
That sweet white nectar.
Don't you start. Christ. So, that has been a Thirst Quencher review for Mortal Kombat from the Thirsty Nerds podcast. If you like what you hear here, please hear. Please follow us on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube at Thirsty Nerds. Like and subscribe. Please tell us if you like the White Girl Savior arc.
The movie is worth a watch with friends.
yeah.
Please. And drinks.
By yourself at home with Jordan.
If you don't have friends, then I don't know.
Yeah.
Get in a Discord call and pretend.
True.
Yeah.
Somebody watch it with you.
And thanks for our guest today, Mr. No more young Indy. He's no longer young. Mr. Indy Uchiha, Nerd Mix.
Ouch. Yeah. Check me out at Nerd Mix Alpha everywhere. But follow these guys. Their content is incredible. And they allow me to say stuff that I can't say on A+ Opinions.
Oh, really?
like
Like
cock.
cock.
To be fair, no one should be saying that.
Indy,
go turn
where can they
English.
find you?
You can find me at Nerd Mix Alpha everywhere, or check out A+ Hero Report on YouTube for all our news and reviews. I actually will be having a G-rated review of this movie going up. So if you want your kids to hear how hot Sonya was, tell them to tune into that.
Yes.
No, this is where you can tell how hot she actually was. Over there, you say how pretty.
Melina still looks better.
Yes, she did.
And all.
Yes.
Melina
Teeth
was
plus.
I don't know if I can follow.
Melina
But either
was
way,
fine.
yeah, that was it. Please like and subscribe and follow us on everywhere. And
On everywhere.
On everywhere. Yeah, I already kind of went over it. I said YouTube,
Yeah.
Instagram, and all that stuff. So
All right.
yeah.
Peace out, you fucking nerds.
Wow, so well.
Ring the bell.
Yeah.
Ring my bell.
Enjoy your new Mortal Kombat theme. The old one's gone forever.
No, it's not.
No,
It'll
it's not.
always be with us.
It'll live in our hearts.
I would use that. I feel like
We're gonna get fucking pulled. What I'm doing is gonna get fucking.
If you don't
blurred out.
sing-
I told you they weren't going to use it, though. I told you they weren't going to use the
If
original.
you sing with monotone,
told you.
you should be fine.
Okay. Are you happy?
Fuck yeah.
You have no heart.
All right, y'all.
Deuces.
Daves.